What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit when I visualize a Carolina Panthers fan. The average Carolina Panthers fan, I do not visualize a dummy. I do not see in my mind's eye a person who would be extraordinarily easy to finesse. So when we see this news come across our feed, most of us saw it on Twitter, some of us saw it on the Bleacher Report site, that the Carolina Panthers and the Patriots have some groundwork done to get a deal done for the number 8 pick. I know in my mind that every single Carolina Panthers fan had a problem with this. Now, before I get into the actual report, let's talk about this in just a more general sense, just in a wider scope. Before we get to the micro, let's talk about the macro. What is Bill Belichick most known for? It's not the draft. Newsflash, it is not the draft. What Bill Belichick is known for doing is winning, but also finessing other teams. Specifically, by bringing in players who do well on the Patriots. They look extraordinarily, they look amazing on the Patriots. Rough Riders, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl winners. And then, what does he do? He trades those players to significantly worse teams who expect those players to play for them the same way they played for Bill Belichick. Then, those teams end up paying them a bunch more money than Bill Belichick was willing to pay them, and those players don't play to the same standard that they saw them play at up in New England. It happens every single year, and every single year, 31 teams laugh at the team who traded for that player saying, hey, you should have known, bro. Hey, Bill been doing the same thing for the past, 20 years? You should have known this is what Bill Belichick does. And the team that got finesse is always like, hey, bro, this one was different, though. It was going to be, you saw how he was playing last year and the year before and the year before that. How are we supposed to know, bro? Hey, look, I know what happened in the past, but it was looking like a real sweet deal, bro. I mean, Bill Belichick was looking out for us, bro. It was going to be a real good deal. We got a really strong player, but I guess it ain't work out. Then the next year, that same team who got finessed the previous year is laughing at the next team that got finessed by Bill Belichick. So when I say that when you see this tweet right here from Tom Pelissero saying several teams have been making calls about getting into the top 10 of next week's NFL draft, this tweet was on 26, by the way, including the Patriots, who could have their eyes on Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields if he begins to slide. And then a report from Bleacher Report about there being groundwork for the Patriots to try to trade up to number 8 for the number 15 pick that they're at, and Stephon Gilmore, the cornerback. I'm going to say this. Stephon Gilmore has been a very good cornerback his career. I 100% believe that Stephon Gilmore has been very, very good. There's no way you can deny it. I mean, look at his numbers. The numbers are amazing. In 2018 and 19, he was first team All-Pro. He was a Pro Bowler, and he's even won a Super Bowl. He's been in the league for 10 years, and 6 of those years, he's had double-digit pass defended numbers. That's very impressive. 2 years back-to-back, he had 20 passes defended. That's huge. 2 other years, he had 16 and 18. That is huge. His interceptions are also pretty decent, honestly. Not really a interception hound. 3 years ago, he had 6, I believe. But he's still been very consistent as a cornerback. Very, very consistent. He gets tested, and he always rises up to the challenge all the time. Last year, not so good. Last year, played in only 11 games. He had 3 passes defended, 1 interception. I mean, the guy had 37 total combined tackles. Now, I know he didn't play in 5 of the games last year, but 37 combined tackles, bro. 3 passes defended in 11 games. It's looking a little rough. And this is exactly what Bill Belichick does. It does not matter what you did in the past. Bill Belichick barely ever pays his players. He decided to pay Stephon Gilmore, and that was worth it. But the moment you see Bill Belichick being willing to get rid of a player, being willing to move on from a player, that's when you should start asking questions. If Bill Belichick thinks you have value, he's going to keep you. How often have you seen Bill Belichick trade a player away from the Patriots and that same player performs extraordinarily well at the next plot? If Bill Belichick is willing to part with Stephon Gilmore at age 30, why do you think that is? Because he's been building a team that's set to win now, right? His whole offense looks good. Most of his defense is coming back now this year. He's building a team that looks to be ready to contend. And they're in a much harder AFC East than he remembers from the past. But this is a situation where the Panthers have to move down 7 spots in order to pick up a cornerback who is 30 now, will be 31 when the season starts, all for a 1-year rental of Stephon Gilmore, who had a very poor year last year. Think about that. You want to trade down 7 spots just for the right for one season of Stephon Gilmore. That's the kind of move that a team that's in win now mode does. You say, we don't value number 8, so we're going to move down for one player. Look, I don't know about y'all, but renting Stephon Gilmore for one single season, age 31, hoping he bounces back for us. The same kind of motivation, the same kind of work ethic that he had for the Patriots in 2018 and 2019. All that coming through for the Panthers for a single season is worth moving down 7 spots. And at the same time, if Justin Fields is at number 8, raise your hand real quick. Or just, in the comment section below, go ahead and type I do. Nothing else. Type I do if you believe that the best trade offer we will be given at number 8, if Justin Fields is still on the board, is trading down to 15 and a 1-year rental of Stephon Gilmore. No other team can beat that. We believe that no other team in the NFL looking for a quarterback would be able to beat that trade package to move to number 8. The best offer we can ever imagine, the best offer that we can ever even hope to get is trading down 7 spots and Stephon Gilmore. I gotta say I don't believe that. I gotta say I do not believe that if Justin Fields is on the board, the best possible trade is just Stephon Gilmore and we go down 7 spots. But it doesn't end there. It's not just about the player on the field. You can tell me you believe that Stephon Gilmore is going to come back ready to go, highly motivated to play his heart out, age 31, for the Panthers in 2021. If you believe that, I believe that. Now, you tell me this. Is the game of football only played on the football field? If you answer yes, you're wrong. The game of NFL football is not just played between the lines of a football field. It's played between the lines of a checkbook. There is a ledger. Players have to get paid. It's a crazy concept, but these players have wages. Now, the last year of Stephon Gilmore's deal, throw it up right here for you. I'm throwing it up right here. 2021, base salary, $7 million. Bonus, $8.53 million. Cap number, $16 million. How much cap space do you believe the Panthers have right now? 30 million? 40 million? Hell, $50 million in cap space? The Panthers have $15 million in cap room right now. Don't worry. We could still go ahead and cut Justin Burris and get 3.6, 3.5 million from him. And maybe cut a few other guys and make the numbers work a little bit here and there. And then we can squeeze Stephon Gilmore under the cap. And there it is. We are able to get Stephon Gilmore under the cap. We are ready to go for the 2021 season. We got our players drafted. All we got to do is sign them with what money? We just use all of our cap room to sign Stephon Gilmore. Now, what money are we going to use to sign our rookies? How the rookies going to be paid? We going to draft a player. We went to 15, right? We went to 15. How are we going to pay our 15th pick in the draft? How are we going to pay round 2? How are we going to pay round 3? How are we going to pay? You see what I'm going here? Football is not just played between the sidelines. Football, at least at the NFL level, is played between the ledgers of a checkbook. And that's all governed by a cap. This isn't the MLB with no cap. This isn't the NBA with a soft cap. This is the NFL with a hard cap. How are you going to bring in Stephon Gilmore? Forget that he's 31. Forget that he had a very bad year last year. Forget that it's only for a 1-year deal. You're going to bring him in and pay him with what money? How are we going to pay Stephon Gilmore? How do the Panthers fit Stephon Gilmore inside of their cap? It doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't. You have to force yourself to have enough money to sign him, and then also force yourself to cut enough players to sign your rookies. And that's before you realize that if Justin Fields is still on the board at 8, is the best offer we're going to get going down 7 spots in Stephon Gilmore? I don't believe so. We would be dummies to take this trade. In fact, it's borderline impossible, but we will be the biggest dummies in the NFL to take this trade. It would be laughable. It makes no sense at any level. Why are we going to trade down 7 spots for a 1-year rental? Is this year, hold up, if this year is our one run at the Super Bowl, if our window is open right now and we're trying to make a Super Bowl championship run this year, this is a smart deal. Tell me you believe this is our Super Bowl run year. And I'll tell you, Stephon Gilmore is a good idea. Then I'll tell you to make it work in the cap. It doesn't make sense at any level. You have to bet on Stephon Gilmore playing to the same level he played for the Patriots with us, which history has shown when Bill Belichick gets rid of a player, they do not play the same way for their new team that they played for him. Then you have to hope that in the 1 year you had him, the results you get in that 1 year are worth you moving down 7 spots and potentially not getting Justin Fields yourself. Do we value Stephon Gilmore more than Justin Fields? Give me Fields. Will Surtain be there? Give me Surtain. Will Sewell be there? Give me Sewell. Or give me any of the much, much better trades that I'm sure will be offered by other teams if a quarterback of Justin Fields' caliber is still on the board. This is a bad move, bad look. This would never happen. You should hope this never happens for all the reasons I just laid out. But maybe I'm wrong. That's how I feel about it. What do y'all think? Would you make this move? How would you make this work with the cap? How would you make this work for the 1-year deal? A 1-year deal with Stephon Gilmore. How does this season look to you with 1 season of Stephon Gilmore? Do you believe this is the best offer we would get from the 31, or let's call it 15 other teams who may need a quarterback in the NFL? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, and you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.